Well, as you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan. At least I used to be. When it came down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I liked all 6 of those movies, including the prequels that fans weren't satisfied with the prequels. If the originals weren't as good, there wouldn't be any prequels of Star Wars. Honestly, in my honest opinion, there shouldn't have been an episode 7. There shouldn't have been now episode 8. Because look at how many... First, it was Harrison Ford who got hurt on the set. Carrie Fisher is now gone. Her mother is gone too. Honestly, in my opinion, Star Wars Episode 7 cursed that whole franchise for actors. As a fan of Star Wars, I will never, ever watch Episode 7. Ever. In my opinion. Because that's the day that Disney ruined my set. And it's still sitting comfortably under my DVDs. It's sitting on the shelf because I don't want to damage that collection again. Because I need somebody to actually physically take out the discs for me. And honestly, Star Wars was a classic. And for me, as a Star Wars fan, I must say that Episode 7, Episode 8, and Episode 9, for some odd reason, they waited too long to make these movies. If they were planning on making these movies 10 years beforehand, I think the actors would have been fine with it. But now that most of the actors are getting up there in age, I don't think that it's necessary, in my honest opinion, that they do the job. I think honestly, this is what I honestly think. George Lucas should have never sold the rights to Disney. Ever. That's my honest opinion. I think to blame anyone for anybody getting hurt on the set or their deaths now is strictly on Disney for Star Wars. And that's the bottom line. In my honest opinion, I will blame Disney for what's happening to all the actors on Star Wars now. Because who is there to blame? Because what? I technically, honestly, liked the 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3. But 7, I don't know. I've never watched 7. I don't really want to watch 7 because I have integrity and it ruins my set. And knowing that Carrie Fisher's gone and her mother's gone too makes me sad to watch Star Wars now. And who knows? I will probably never ever watch a Star Wars episode movie again because of what Disney's done to that franchise, as far as I'm concerned. Because if anybody's to blame, it's Disney for making more Star Wars movies. It's not the actors, it's Disney itself. Because those movies should have never been made. If they were supposed to get made, they were supposed to do it 10 years earlier. And honestly, all those actors are great actors. I will give them their credit where credit is due. But Disney should have all did their parts on holographic projection screen as an archive to their story. They didn't really need to get the real actors to be on set. They could have actually did it anywhere. They could have actually did it as a hologram, as a safety precaution, because those people are getting up there in age. As a safety precaution, that's what I would have done if I was a director of Star Wars, because I don't want to see any of those guys get hurt. Any one of them. This is how much of a fan I am. I bought the yeah, dude. Well, like I said, honestly, I bought the original VHS tapes. I bought the silver edition of the VHS tapes. I bought the gold edition of the VHS tapes. I bought all three of those sets. Whatever, dude. And I bought the Blu-ray box sets for Star Wars. That's how much of a fan I am. But now that everybody's practically gone from the original cast, almost gone, I don't want to watch Episode 7. There was no reason for everybody from the original to come back. There was no reason for that. If anything, they should have actually did holographic projections of their voices. That's it. Because it's supposed to be set in 100 years in the future? I mean, this is Star Wars we're talking about. So that I'm actually saying that they could have actually did something where they're just providing their voice and image of themselves. They didn't really need to appear in Episode 7, if anything, in my honest opinion. And why are people saying that I'm like that, man? It's not necessary to say stuff like that. I have all 6 of the movies as a collection. I never seen Episode 7 because I forbid myself to see it. Because I don't think it was necessary for me to see it. It ruined my set. Disney ruined my collection now. Because they made 7, they made Rogue One. I don't know why they called it Rogue One when they're not even making a sequel. I mean, they should have actually made the movie. If they were gonna make 7, 8, and 9, they should have actually did it 10 years earlier. So nobody's getting hurt. Everybody's healthy enough to actually do it. And honestly, the only person that's able to make Star Wars movies, in my honest opinion, is George Lucas. Because whatever goes on in his head belongs to him alone. Nobody else. Everybody could try to emulate him and do whatever and try to say George Lucas approved it and all that stuff, but nobody does it better than George Lucas. Nobody. I like the prequels. I like the originals. I don't like the sequels. I don't think it was necessary for the actors to take part in the movie, if anything. If it was supposed to be that good, they didn't really need the old cast members, in my honest opinion. If it was supposed to be that awesome. Because look at how many celebrities we've lost over the past 2 years. In 2006 and 2015. Look at that. My favorite Star Wars movie was actually 3 and 6 in that order, and 2, not 5, but 2, and then 5. I like them all, dude. There's no particular order where I could say that. There's no words for that because they were all good. They all made sense to me. Okay, but Star Wars in general, they should have never made 7. In my honest opinion, they should have never made 7. They should have never even attempted. If they were gonna make a new one, make the prequels before Star Wars, which they did with Rogue One. But they didn't really need Harrison Ford. They didn't need really Carrie Fisher. They didn't really need Mark Hamill. That's all I'm saying. They don't really need those guys to reprise their roles as the same character. They didn't really need to do that. That's all I'm saying. If they're gonna make new Star Wars movies, go from the very beginning. Because at 60 years old, or you can't expect them to work like 15 hours at a time. As if I was ever a director of a movie, I would make sure the actors would have taken a lot of breaks in between. I don't care if it would have taken me 3 years to make. I would have got it done because that's how important those actors are to that franchise. And I would have made sure they're good to go. And Disney rushed the movies, so health-wise, they weren't up for this, but they were going for it because as fans of Star Wars, we asked for this. So I didn't ask for it, but I'm pretty sure other people around the media asked for this. So, and honestly, knowing that Carrie Fisher's gone makes me sad. It makes me sad. But I'm just talking about whatever I need to say, get it off my chest. But because right now I'm not really reading all your comments because do I go to Comic-Con? Nope. I wish I did. Cause I'm a hardcore, shall I say, I'm not a real hardcore geek, but I'm a geek. I could say that. But I'm saying for future references for Star Wars, in fact, in my honest opinion, if they wanted to make Star Wars Episode 7, they should have actually waited or did it 10 years earlier so everybody's healthy, like I said, to do a lot of stuff. I don't care if it would have taken me 3 years to make, if I was a director. If I had the chops to actually do it. I would have actually taken my time and made Episode 7 if I had the notion on how to do it. No, I live in the US. Honestly, my favorite character is R2-D2, and I like Yoda. And Princess Leia was pretty to look at when the originals came out, so yeah, I would say her too. Doesn't every kid every teen, everybody? Doesn't everybody like the slave outfit that she was wearing? Honestly, Darth Vader, he was cool too. I could say that with a personal observation of mine. I like Vader. I like all the characters. I know that people don't like Jar Jar Binks, but I did. No, not like that, but I liked her in that outfit. That's for sure. I mean, that movie came out in the first movie came out in 1993, I think. Yeah, I like them all, dude. He was there for comic relief. That's all I gotta say about that. Everybody who says they don't like him, that's fine by me, but I thought he was funny, so I liked all the characters. There was no character that I did not like in Star Wars. When it came to the originals. Well, I can't convince you that whatever your opinion is fine by you, dude. I have nothing against you. That's just how I see it. I like all the characters. I liked Han Solo. I like Chewbacca. I like Yoda. I liked everybody practically in that series. So, but for the new series for Kylo Ren's character of being the bad guy, I think the only reason why I didn't like his character, even though I've never watched Star Wars, because I know people that have watched Star Wars, and I think he has daddy issues. That's why he went to the dark side. But for me, I know, dude. But for me, like I was saying, because I'm getting off topic while I'm talking to you guys, I would have liked them to make Star Wars 10 years earlier. That's all I'm saying. Because that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I feel so sad. Because I could watch the originals over and over again, but I don't feel like watching them anymore. Everybody says that ever since episode 7, I actually stopped watching Star Wars. I don't have a 4K TV, so I'll pass on that. Even though you say they're coming out with a 4K version for Blu-ray, I'll pass on that. So, if you got any more comments, because I'm gonna cut this broadcast very shortly, but ultimately, what I was going to say is, if I was actually a director, and if I actually had the chops to do it, I would have actually did the script 10 years earlier. And everybody would have been fine. But now, who's to say that Star Wars will continue now that everybody's practically gone from episode 7? Yeah, dude, I play the video games. And which one? I played Star Wars, the ones for the PS3. I played the ones for N64 also, so I played practically every single one. So I liked the PS3 one that came out with Starkiller and Vader. I like those. Yeah, I'll do that. Just send me your PSN and I'll add you, dude. Well, let's see. Alright, dude. I'll do that. But most of my games don't have multiplayer. So, for the most part, I mostly play single player though, but I'll probably have to buy Call of Duty or something like that if I really wanted it. But who knows? Maybe eventually I'll get over my Call of Duty phobia for the most part. Yeah, just send it to me real fast, dude. Cause can you do it over my live stream? Because I've seen people do it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check real fast. Hold on. Or when I'm done with this audio broadcast, I'll see if it added you to my... Yeah, it did. So I'll check it right now. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. And... yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay. It did. I got it. I'll add you right when I'm done. So... well, see you guys later. And oops.